Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to the cast.
Hello.
To the Castrofiles. The bar is open with Beth and Greg.
Wow, you're a hot mess.
Well, the camera didn't work for a second there because we switched in between the Castrofiles and this, and it didn't work out right. But now we got it. So we're
Got
good.
it fixed.
Everybody will jump back on. Hi, Jess. What's going on?
Hi.
Caleb, what's going on? Ian, what's happening? Sorry, it took a
What's up,
second
my
there. We were a
friends?
little blackface there for a minute. Didn't mean to.
We
No,
lost
weren't
Lloyd,
blackface.
though.
We were literally
We weren't blackface. We were blacked
screened.
out.
Not because of alcohol.
No, because of Gregor Hall.
We were switching. Alex, what's going on?
Where's Lloyd? Come back, Lloyd. You were
Caleb,
on
what's
the other
going
one.
on? Lloyd happened to just jump in, and I think he said something to the fact that he was icicles. Gets shit icicles right now. I don't know. Chris, what's happening, dude?
What?
I don't know. But you have to get out and
I don't
get
know.
back to
I
the
don't
new
know.
one.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know.
we are good. Thank you so much for joining us. Wednesday night at the bar is open. We appreciate it. This is our one and only show tonight.
This week.
This week, or yeah.
Tonight's show's the one and only show for this
you know
week.
What I'm saying? Why do I have an advertisement showing up on that one? I don't know. But we only have one show this week. Reason being is this weekend we have Beth's dad's
Celebration of Life barbecue.
Celebration of life.
What are you doing?
Trying to get the live one to come up on my
Go
phone.
to the
There we go.
subscription.
We got it. Yeah. So we'll only have one show this week. So we got a really good one planned out. I've got some funny
Allison
stories.
said she's having YouTube issues, but she's listening.
Listening? No, that was because of
It's probably
it wasn't
us.
YouTube. It was
There you
us.
go. Lloyd's
There
back.
you
Try
go.
again, Allison, because
Yep.
we had to shut that stream off because there was no camera.
Yep. Because I fucked it all up.
I know, as usual.
Life happens. You know what?
I mean, we're used to it. I think that the
Cheers, everybody. Beth's drinking on a Wednesday night.
fam.
The reason being is we're off tomorrow.
Although I am gonna
and
have to work
Friday.
tomorrow for a little while.
Yeah. I think I have to.
Fucking taking my car to
I think I
get
dropped the
serviced.
ball and forgot to send Mike something.
and I didn't put my out of office on. And
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Fuck.
yeah,
Russian bot is gone. Good. Nice. Awesome. Excuse me. All right. So, couple things at the top. So, like I was saying, we're doing the celebration for Beth's dad at our house. If you guys are so inclined, and I'm not gonna say, you can do what you like, but there's the Travis Mannion Foundation that we're going to be asking people.
I tried to order you a shirt.
That's cool. No worries. But if you want to donate to a foundation or something like that in honor of Albert Castro, you can through there. If it's $1 or whatever, I've looked into it. I asked a couple friends about it.
USAA donated on behalf of my
to the
team.
Travis
Mhm.
Mannion Foundation, which is great. So
Yeah.
they are a respectable, I don't know what is
They're a
it called?
trustworthy
A
charity.
501c3 charity that's been around for a bit. So if you're interested, go out. If you would like to, you can send beer to the house. But you can't send flowers. So I'm just going to throw that shit in the backyard.
Shut up.
And I'm going to let Mickey eat them all.
No, you're not, because then we have to pay for the vet bill after that. I'm
I'll
gonna
let-
leave him in the house and make everything pretty.
No, stop it. No.
So pretty.
They are vetted. Exactly. So a good company or a good foundation to go with, Travis Mannion Foundation. I reached out to him. I haven't heard
She was
back.
having serious app issues. She had to re-download the app. So welcome, Allison. I'm glad you got it figured out.
issues. So if you do, like I said, that would be awesome. And his name is Albert Castro,
Mhm.
Castro. And you can just put that in the notes and it'll be in honor of him.
Yes.
So I think that would be pretty cool.
I also
Room
hope
without
everyone
a-
had a great Easter.
Yeah, I hope so. We had a super low key
Super low key.
Easter.
Yeah.
It was interesting because normally we have like your dad over or we get together. There was no get-togethers or dads over, obviously.
Yeah.
Your dad's
No,
dead.
but you know what? It's funny you say that because every day when I leave for the gym, I'm like, oh, I should call my dad. Oh, wait.
I've been curious about that because normally every time I came home from going to the gym, we
You'd
like to
ask
talk
if
to
I-
your dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
that's one of those things.
I should call my dad. Oh,
It's
no,
like
I don't
a-
have to. He's not.
habit.
He's seeing me all the time. I don't have to call him to catch
Yeah,
up.
it was so between him and the dog, I'm like, oh shit, there's just
Did
food-
you put the
food in the
pillow you
bowl.
got me on any of
put
the
your
socials?
video of it.
So I think you guys may have saw the pillow that he got me of Bomber. It's
Should I
super
get you
cute.
one of your dad?
No, thank you though. That would be super weird. That would be super weird. Um,
I have an idea.
but I left it sitting upright the other day, and it literally, like, as I came down the stairs, I was like, "Fuck, bomber!" Oh wait, that's
So
a
if you
pillow.
haven't seen it, I got like a 2.5 foot
Probably
pillow,
closer to 3. Yeah,
something
two and
like
a half.
that, and it's like a picture of a real life picture of Bomber like printed on the front of a pillow. It's really pretty cute. So yeah, I'll come down the stairs and I'll see his ass peering over the couch, something like that.
Freaks you out a little bit, right? You're like, "Whoa, double take."
I'm
but-
gonna get you one of your dad. That would be so
No,
fucking
if you
creepy.
get that, it's your pillow.
Cuddling with Albert.
Weirdo.
The new podcast, Cuddling with Albert.
That's funny.
I think it could be kind of fucking funny. I mean, whatever's, you know. So again, no show on Friday, but we'll be back. We'll have the Castro Files. I think we'll have the Castro Files come out on Friday night in lieu. But we've got 7 more Castro Files in the can, which is always good. Peter's working on them tonight and through the next couple of weeks to get those
He also
produced.
put together a really nice
Yeah,
for the party on
I'm really
Saturday.
interested
I
to
can't wait to
that.
see it.
And
He
I'll
put
post
together
that out.
a video that we can play on the TV and just loop over and over and over. So that'll be nice.
So I'll post that out to the bars open and to
Yes.
my profile. So it's gonna be pretty cool. So we'll have a party. I think it's gonna be very much
Yes,
a
it
geriatric.
becomes like weekend at Albert's if you get that
I
freaking
swear
pillow.
to God, I'm gonna do it. I'm
No.
gonna do it.
No, that'd be so weird.
I was gonna get you a.
after the joke is over, what do you do with the pillow? Because if you put him in a closet, he's gonna fucking haunt you.
I've got a little clipping of his hair to stuff it in
Oh,
there.
you're so weird. Weirdo. Don't say shit like that. That's just weird.
Just vacuum his house, find like toenails,
Ew.
stuff them in there.
Okay, stop. You went from sweet to weird to ucky.
All I need is a little DNA from him.
You're a weirdo. I don't even know you sometimes.
Like,
It's cardboard cutout Castro. Almost.
could we replace him with the fucking gangster one?
No.
That would be rad. There's so many. No, she's got ones with her dad in like a leather jacket and gold chains. We have the pictures. They're
I know.
somewhere.
They are.
That
They're
would
in
be
albums downstairs.
A money cardboard cutout.
No.
Come on.
No, that's just weird to see your dead father when you come up the
Staring at
stairs
you.
hanging around. That's just like literally, I'll be like, ghost. That'd be
I'd
really
have
weird.
so much fun with that though.
No, you
At
wouldn't.
least once.
No,
I'd
you
have fun with
wouldn't,
that shit at
because
least once.
I would be torturing you when you're asleep going, this is your fucking fault. Yeah, no.
That'd be funny. What did she say? And Floyd said, I was just about to talk about toenails. Weird. I don't know.
Then and then Greg will make an altar next. Yeah. It'll be like the one that they found in
No,
Nick Cage.
I want to find it.
Like the one they found
comical.
of Nick Cage in that chick's
Like,
basement.
If I had thought about it, I would have got like, I'd probably have a picture of my mom standing up. That would creep you out. Because my mom had this white ass hair, like super, like as whiter than your shirt. It was
It
see
was
through.
silvery.
Yeah. But it was like see-through color hair.
No, it
was so
wasn't,
white.
you weirdo.
Yeah, it was.
It was just white.
White. Like white girl white. But more than that. No
Yours-
pigment to it at all. Put her little midget ass on a cardboard cutout. She'd be like,
Put
this
it on
tall.
your side of the bed.
Just mess with each other, staring at you.
It's just in a different place every time you come home. It's in the bathroom one time. It's in the shower.
He doesn't like the potatoes that way. And it's just like anytime like motion sensor,
It's got the cutout.
it's just a potato in her hand. So my mom had this thing.
Oh,
There's
my
an old
gosh.
story. Like, so Beth and her got into some shit.
We didn't get into some shit. We just had a, let me tell this.
First time
She was
disagreement.
being very passive aggressive. And I just looked at you. I was like,
My
you
mom
better,
died like 6 years ago.
you better
or something
handle,
like that.
your mother. I make the baked potatoes
Mhm.
very
And they're
specifically.
delicious.
Yeah. Well, I make them that way because you've always said this is how I want my potato from now on.
Forever.
Forever and
Yeah.
ever. Amen. And your mom was like, no, we don't. And I was like, no, we're going to wait until the steaks, are almost done. When they're resting, I'll throw the potato. And behind my back, she went and grabbed all the potatoes and stuck them in the microwave. Luckily, I caught them and I was like, Mary,
Get out the fucking kitchen.
no, thank you for assisting, but we're okay. And then I looked at you and I was like, you better get your mom out of this kitchen right now. And it was in the condo or the townhouse. I don't know what you
little
the
ass
townhouse.
place, there's nowhere to go.
Fucking tiniest kitchen ever. I was like, bitches, there ain't room for anybody but me in here. So, vamonos, leave it.
Yep.
It was so funny.
No, I know how he likes his potatoes. You're like, Mary.
Do you, Mary?
I bang your son.
Shut up. I would never say that. Could you imagine?
I know how he
Well,
likes
you might
his
know how he
potatoes.
likes his potatoes, but I know how he likes his
Right? It's exactly how it's got to be.
My girl is glow in the dark white. Oh, that's cute.
I hear you.
That's my ex-husband. He was white. He would do nothing but sunburn. There was no middle, the white or red.
It happens though. You know, if you don't have the pigment, right? You know, you don't have a little olive to you. Like, I'm looking forward to getting a good tan this year.
I am wondering why, because Lloyd drank a ton of vodka, he's now shitting icicles. I don't get it.
Are you drinking the ice beer?
Polar ice? No, he's drinking vodka.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It doesn't
Maybe
make
because
any
it was
sense to me.
outside and it's super cold. I
I don't know. Gen Z, let's jump into some stories. You ready?
Yeah.
Gen Z and the millennials are ruining their parents' lives. So if you guys are Gen Zs and millennials, buckle up, cupcakes. You're ruining your parents' lives.
You can tell us why?
100%, because they're stealing all their money from them. As soon as this thing sits there and goes, oh, I'm going to think about it. All right. You ready? Gen Z and millennials are so broke.
It's because it's cold in Idaho.
That they're rooting their parents' retirements. Majority of U.S. parents have made financial sacrifices.
Well, that's on them.
To set their adult children up for success. There's some good statistics coming up here in a minute. Many times at the expense of their own savings. Nearly 7 in 10 parents, almost 68%, who have any children aged 18 or older have made at least one financial sacrifice for their kid. Understand that?
Yeah,
Some parents,
I could agree with that.
My dad gave me $500 one time, so that was good.
Which is really good for your dad, actually.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was 22 at that point. So he didn't participate a whole lot. The most common financial hit, emergency savings, which is a big deal.
Right.
Because that's like,
that's your oh shit bank.
That's your oh shit account.
account.
That's not your 401k accounts. That's like,
this is your emergency.
I can draw that off without, it's your savings account.
It's if I need $1,000, I'm not freaking out. Sorry, I don't know if I was gonna hiccup, and then I yawned. That was weird.
You just get possessed.
My body just needed air, and I was gonna hiccup, and I was like, "Fuck that! It needs to be a yawn."
Over half of the parents surveyed said that they dipped into their savings to help their children out, their adult children rather, and with 1 in 5 making significant sacrifices, nearly half of also put off paying down debt to provide support. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And more than 2 in 5 parents reported helping at the expense of their retirement savings. Overall, 16% of parents reported significantly putting off hitting other financial milestones in order to prioritize their children.
I had a friend, Terry. She hit her 401k to get her daughter out of debt.
And she had cancer.
Yeah, but
like she died of cancer.
Yeah.
And she still did that.
Some of that though is, I don't know. Did my parents help us out? Yes, but not if we were stupid about stuff.
No. They gave us a down payment or they helped us out when we were moving.
The wedding. They gave us some money for the wedding.
Money for the wedding.
That was my wedding.
Yeah, they gave us some money when we were moving.
They did?
Yeah, for the
the
condo.
The
right?
townhouse.
So
Yeah.
there were definitely things like the alternative is we would have stayed there. Right? We would have said, well, can't do it financially because it was right at the bottom of the market. 2009.
Oh yeah, I lost my ass on that thing.
But we just lost money, whatever. The millennials and Gen Z, but we're not them.
Mm-mm.
And Gen Z have
and my
both
parents
faced
weren't most parents.
major economic events at tenuous times in their lives and have created financial challenges. The Great Recession and the global pandemic fucked people over. We know that. Explains why the financial support from parents goes on long after children.
Wait, what recession?
The 2008 recession.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was theoretically.
I thought you meant the
recession.
23 recession.
No, not the one that's currently it's happening.
We don't call it recession.
Now the news is starting to say, what do you mean? The recession's going down.
Yeah, right.
Your bag of Doritos only costs $6
instead of $7.
Whereas 2 years ago it cost $3. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Go check that shit out. So where was I at? Additionally, many younger Americans also dealt with skyrocketing home prices and student loan debt at some point. I had to shit ton of student loan debt. Paid it off. Took me fucking,
Took us.
Well, no, I had it before you.
I know, but we paid it off.
Yeah, we paid it off, but it took probably 18 years for me to pay off my student loans.
Seriously? No.
Yeah. Dude, I graduated when I was 24.
Were we married when we paid that off?
Yeah.
So 12 years, honey. Like 12.
Okay, 12, 13 years, something like that.
Because if it was 20 years, it would have been 44. And it was paid off by
40?
No, like 38.
No.
Yes,
Was it? Okay, so
yes.
12 years, whatever. But I had a shitload, and I put a ton of money towards it. It explains why the financial support from parents goes on long after children. I already said that. Where the fuck? Why is that saying that? Nearly 8 in 10 millennials receive some. Why is this repeating the exact same thing?
Does that sometimes.
I hate fucking.
I just confirmed McDonald's, the quarter pounder meal.
Yep.
So bacon ranch 10.50, McCrispy 9.15, spicy McCrispy
What's
$9.15.
a Big Mac meal
I'm looking
cost?
Big Mac.
We were just having a debate on this.
Meal
Shit was
$9.05.
$9.05 for a Big Mac.
Quarter pounder
meal.
with cheese $9.40. Why is quarter pounder with cheese
All right.
more?
So
but the Big
what's
Mac
a
is
Big
bigger?
Mac meal cost in your area? Kind of goes back to this story because I saw something. It was like New
York.
DC or
New York. You said earlier.
Norfolk or something like that. It was DC or maybe it was. That was something different. That was the Dorito thing. New York City is like $17.99 for like a Big Mac meal. That seems, even for New York City, fucking
This is
ridiculous. All right, 27% of people of these folks received at least $25,000 in financial help. And that doesn't account for the savings boost that some have benefited from by living with their parents. Yet, despite the positives, financial experts generally advise against providing financial aid at the expense of your own security. Yeah. No shit. It's natural for parents to want to take care of the kids. I certainly understand that.
Well, here's the thing,
inclination.
I feel like these are also the parents that gave their kids an award for trying, a trophy for trying.
Yeah.
That is why they're still helping them, because they didn't teach their children to win or lose.
So we're going to talk about that here right now. So, but despite the hype around millennials getting support from their boomer parents, and they blame it on boomer parents.
Are boomer parents the same as baby boomers? Yeah. No, your dad's too old. Your dad's older.
My dad's a baby boomer. He's at the very beginning of it.
Are you sure?
Yep. Absolutely. It's actually Gen X parents ages 43 to 55 who are more likely to have made financial sacrifice to help their children.
Wait, that parents are that age or the kids that age?
The kids,
Okay.
like, so the parents.
55 is still a Gen X?
58.
No, not true, because I mean
58.
Or that Gen Y or Gen X?
Gen X.
Oh, okay, I thought you said Gen Y.
And lower income
Gen Z.
households earning less than $50,000 a year are more likely to have taken financial hits for their children's. Offering a financial assistance can backfire if it puts you and your savings away. Mm-hmm. So there was a statistic in here I missed. That is kind of like a pretty important one. And it basically goes down to the fact that, where the fuck is it? It basically talks about the age where boomers expect their kids, expected us. Like your dad was a boomer, or no, he was he was the greatest generation. He was the one before. He was the product of a World War II era parent. But ultimately it comes down to, like, my parents were not going to give me shit. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I have that same expectation of my kid. If I had a kid, I don't know about you guys. What do you think? Like, are you going to help your kid out? I understand like a couple $100 here and there, but go get a fucking job, work nights, go to college, get a couple jobs, work nights, go to college. My mom made 16, like, that's not bullshit. My mom made $16 an hour working for the fucking IRS.
How much?
$16
Which they
an hour.
probably make so much more than that now.
But she was a typist or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? She filled in documents all day long. So you go, all right, so you're going to fuck over your parents. And the other thing that I really love people moving to is not giving, or basically saying that I'm giving away my entire inheritance to charity. That way the kid doesn't have anything to fall back on.
I mean, I don't know that it's necessarily that.
No, why not? because
I mean, it's okay to give your kids your
I'll help
inheritance. That's
fund-
separate from supporting them.
but I would help fund their business venture or something like that,
Hmm.
right?
My dad
With
was
their
silent
boyfriend.
generation. The greatest generation was 1901 to 27.
Yeah. So Womb says, I have a stepdaughter that lived, what you said, 1927? Great. He was the greatest
1927.
generation.
He was a silent generation. Greatest generation
Okay.
was 1901 to 1927.
Okay, and then the
Silent Gen was 1928 to 45. Then
because they
baby
just
boomers
buckled down
45
and
to
worked their ass
64.
off. The Womb said, I have a stepdaughter that lived in a car with her boyfriend. I flew her home and made her get a job and live with her sister. Exactly. Didn't give her a penny, but you'll fly her home. You'll pay for those things you need to do. Yeah, but you can work 2 jobs. That's what Jess said, and still barely make it. I agree. I can see both sides. Right. You support until it is no longer child support when your kid is 30 years old or 28 or 25.
No, then it's a
right.
Then you're giving them an out, and they're like, "Oh, my
I
parents got me."
understand shit's expensive now.
No, it is, but it's
when I
expensive
was
for
a kid.
everybody.
Like
Like,
I had my rent back in the day. I had a little shithole. It was like $500 a month.
but here's the thing. So, like, my dad, when
But
he
I
was
also had
younger, he had like
roommates and
3
stuff.
jobs. He was like
Right.
a policeman. He sold
teacher.
shoes at J.C. Penney's, and he was a substitute teacher
Mhm.
so that he could make enough money. So, I mean,
There's ways to do it.
yeah. Does it mean you're probably not going to have a social life? You're going to be exhausted?
Fuck yeah. Like you don't get to be on the internet surfing and making fucking videos. You gotta. It's called
I
the
mean,
grind.
you can if your job allows you to do that while you're
the
working. But
grind. Space Cowboy said he's generation fuck 9701. Maybe, but you don't have to be, right? You don't have to
Jessica
be fucked.
said, I see both sides. It's
That's
not
what I
like
just
it
read
used
that.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. It's not, but it's one of those things that, like, if you want to retire at any point in your life,
Yeah.
you have to set yourself
Yes.
up. Otherwise, you're going to be the one at 70 fucking, or you're
Still
going to be
working.
dead, or you're going to be dead.
Still
Right, you're
working
gonna
at
work
75.
yourself to the bone, and you're not going to be able to even enjoy.
Which is great if you like your job, but it's really
But
sucky
what
if
I'm
you don't
getting
like your
at is, like,
job.
you're going to want to retire at some fucking
Yes.
point. Sit on your
Tomorrow,
own-
please.
But you want to sit on your own fucking front porch at some point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I would think. Fuck.
When Terry gave her 401k, it was going to require her to work like another 10 years.
Right. And
When
then
she
she died
gave
of
that loan.
cancer,
Yeah.
right? That came back. The shit already beaten once.
Mhm.
So that woman was made of steel.
She was a badass, dude. She
Right.
was a hard ass.
She
too,
was
though.
a hard
Yeah.
worker.
Well, no,
Yeah.
she was a hard ass in general.
Oh, I'd known her for years from the old underwriting days.
Old school days of
the
underwriting.
old underwriting days. And then throw a kid in the mix. That's the problem. Throw another kid in the mix. So now you have
You have your
mom and
kid
dad,
and the grandkid.
and now you have a kid.
Well, I think it's funny that the Tide commercial, I don't know if you've ever seen it, it's two mature adults. And they're like talking about, it's a Tide commercial where their family, their kids moved in with them with their kids. And so they changed detergent to try to save some money, but it ended up being more expensive. And I was like, so you have 3 generations living in this house.
That is so old school.
It's crazy.
That, like, I mean, I understand, like, if you lived on a farm, I mean, even like New York City, like, or something like that, where you have a city where it's like generational housing,
Right.
right? It's like, yeah,
Well,
this
there's
house-
a house that's been in the home in the family for generations.
and then you have a place where it's like super expensive, and it's been like that in a lot of places where you have 6 rooms and everybody's got their own bedrooms. And you have
I would
families where-
die.
No, I would fucking, yeah, no. I don't think that dream is not dead to get your own place and to have your own space and do all of that thing. But you have to be kind of smart about it. I'm not saying I was fucking intelligent, but you just got to grind. and
Yeah.
Just keep working.
So Space said, my rent was $649 when I moved into my current place, and my rent is now $949. I wonder how many years is that, Space? And Jessica did say $949 sounds cheap to her. Yeah, in California.
relative to where you're at.
In
yeah,
California,
100%.
yeah. But even
I was in North Phoenix. Mine was
he said
$500.
$949 is hella expensive in Albuquerque.
Yeah. So are you choosing to live in a nicer place? Is that an option? Like you could go
Chris
to
is like,
a-
join the military and live in the barracks. Ugh.
Yeah. But you could go to another place and live in I don't want to call it a shittier place, but a less nice place. Maybe you don't have a pool. Maybe you don't have covered parking. Maybe it's just an apartment.
I mean, you do what you got to
Right.
do, but
If you really needed to save some money to pay off some debt,
let's also
I'm
face it.
saying-
Rent is like finding a place to rent can be hard nowadays
Fuck yeah.
because nobody's buying houses.
Right.
They're all renting. So it's very hard to
But
find,
you have to have aspirations.
which makes
so,
the rent go up.
yeah.
Also,
So $9.49, you make some adjustments, and that's how we were, like, right?
oh, he's
I
lived
mean,
there 4 years. That's a pretty big jump. It's
Yeah,
about,
I mean that's well,
Yeah.
so $75 a year over 3 years, 4 years, not
hashtag
quite
Beth. I
100
don't
yet.
do it.
$80, whatever it is.
Question
Hashtag
about his
math.
back. Not
So-
here, right?
But it's just something to think about, right?
Boom said, I've never been more poor than being in the military. That hashtag truth, dude. They don't pay them shit.
That's why I always told dudes and women I talk to, I'm like, don't go off base and buy a fucking Mustang.
Yes.
Don't do it.
The
I used
kids,
to
they
talk
would
kids
do it all the
out
time.
of buying cars.
And the car dealerships would get so mad, but
it's only
it was like,
25% interest.
well, then so they
you
don't.
got
they have
$1,000
this car
saved
that's
up.
like at the time. Let's say they get paid. They get paid what, 30,000 a year. That's what.
Oh no,
broken down.
no! Back then, dude, they were making like this 20 years ago. They'd make like $8 an hour. 20 years ago,
But even still today, they make
That's a
30,000,
PFC or
and you have a
private.
$500 car payment
So if you're making $7, but you're
and a
making
$600
at seven-
insurance payment because you're so young with a muscle car.
at $7 an hour, you're making $14,000.
They made more than that.
a year. No, this is 20 years ago.
I know they made like 20,000.
$14,000 before tax. Okay, so let's say they're making $10 an hour to get killed. They're making $20K a year before
me.
taxes, right? So say let's take off 20% of that. That's fucking.
I don't think we need to do math. We just knew that they
16K
couldn't afford the car
that's
and the insurance.
$16K a year that they had to live on. That's $1,000. That's $550 every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They couldn't afford the car and the
I'm
insurance.
pretty good at math when it comes to like breaking down kids' hearts. I'm like, I'm sorry, kiddo, you can't afford that. You can't afford a car. And then I would even go the further distance. I'm like, do you have a cell
Yes,
phone?
Ian, hit the like buttons,
Then
guys.
Yeah, hit the
Thank
like
you,
and
Ian.
subscribe. Then I would be like, do you have a cell phone? And they'd be like, yeah. I was like, do you pay the bill? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, how much is that? $100 a month? Yeah. I'm like, well.
And then you
there's-
have rent. How much is your rent if you don't
well,
live on
they
base?
lived on barracks.
If they don't,
Generally, most of these I don't want to call them just gentlemen because it was
Kids.
again, kids, ladies and women,
Kids.
men, whatever, shims.
they were kids. They were young.
Kids, yeah. And I was a kid back then. I was like, fuck, I'm 25 and I'm doing this shit. What are you doing? I've got a big job. I make $32,000 a year.
Bam, bitches. Yeah.
$32,500 at USA when I started.
Really?
$16.50 a year or
An hour? I made less than that
with
when I
a
got
college
started.
degree.
Oh yeah, I made less than that when I started.
So
And now they start at 50.
no, they don't.
Yes, they
50
do.
grand.
Yep.
Fucker for nothing. Like, they don't even have to have a college degree.
Nope.
If you guys are interested in a job, just
Yeah.
reference us.
If
But
you want to be in a call center.
well, can't they work from home?
Sometimes, maybe, but not always.
Anyway, you can't do that in California. You're not going to. You'll be living in a tent down by the river
Well, it's
with a
I think
hard
it's-
line running
they
from
they
the,
definitely
from Nancy Pelosi's house.
a cost of living they factor into, so they may make a little bit more in
Like
California. I don't know.
54,000.
Yeah, something like that.
Nonetheless, you could be on food stamps and do all that shit, or I don't know.
What's DFAC? Woom said,
DFAC
oh.
food isn't worth what
What's
they
DFAC?
make you pay. Is that what is DFAC exactly?
Is that
Can't
like the
remember.
cafeteria?
Is that probably? I don't remember. So there's probably like a food stipend. I imagine something to that point. Best fare is triple canopy job fare.
What?
Where's that? If you want to, post a link in there, or send me the link and I'll post it later. DFAC, the dining facility. Okay, cool. That's what I was thinking. All right. So again, it comes down to really, it sucks, but be aware of like, we all know this, like how much weight you're pulling on your parents. Like we try to be really cognizant,
Mhm.
but we have friends,
I'm all-
family
Careful.
that don't see it that way, right? It's kind of a blessing in disguise, if you will, that they didn't realize they had, right? Like certain folks,
I think they realized it.
they just took advantage of it.
They just
Blindly took advantage of it.
take advantage of it. They just maybe took it for granted.
They were like, with arms wide open. And they didn't give a shit.
No,
Like,
I don't think that's right either.
I
I don't want
need
to talk about it.
set of tires. Okay, we'll stop now. What?
Stop.
Okay. No, my brother did the same thing for a long time, and then he finally grew the fuck up. But it's all good. I'd tell him.
I don't think you'd have to tell your brother. He'd recognize it or he'd realize it.
Oh, so yours are the ones that don't recognize it? That's it.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'll clip that. Don't worry. I'll clip it tomorrow. Yeah, so it's all good, right? DFAC cooks make more than people in the military. Probably because they are a contracted employee.
Yes.
That works for they work for every cafeteria.
They
on
work
the
for
planet.
Airmark.
Yeah, it's something like that, like what we have at USA at the
dirtier the chow,
mothership.
the better the food. DJ said.
Is that-
Yeah.
Is it the dirtier? What was that? The dirtier the chow?
The dirtier the chow hall, the better the food.
Probably, right? Because that's where when we go to New Orleans or something like that, which we haven't been doing in years, the
Like 13 years.
yeah, the grosser the place looking,
Nope. I disagree
the
with that.
better it
The
tasted.
older looking, not the grosser, the
Okay, the
older
older,
looking,
whatever.
the more rustic looking
Yeah,
place, the
whatever.
better the
Same
food.
fucking thing. If you guys been following Biden, he's going to remake the U.S. car industry. Did you know that?
No.
His geriatric ass, Biden remake U.S. car auto industry with toughest emission limits ever. And I can't wait to go buy a fucking muscle car the day that happens. And just go, fuck you. Proposed rules could lead to 67% of all car and truck sales being EVs by 2032. How many of y'all going to go buy an EV, an electric vehicle?
If you're doing it for the tax break, make sure it's all American made parts for the battery.
That's what, remember we talked about that, right? I think I actually
We
have
haven't
that
talked
under
about
the-
it, but
we haven't? Okay,
no,
we
it's
can
all right.
talk into that.
It's passed now.
So the
but-
Biden administration announced Wednesday the strictest restrictions on auto emissions ever in an ambitious and fraught bid to advance the president's climate agenda by forcing U.S. car companies to rapidly accelerate the transition to electric vehicles.
Dude, that man's going to be
So
out of
the
here
idea
in
is
2
this.
years.
So we say 2033, right? 2032. Guys, 80 fucking 1, 2, 3, something like that.
I don't know.
He's going to be dead within just because he's old
even
as
if he's
fuck.
not dead, even if you're Democrat, I don't think you're going to vote for him necessarily. Somebody will run against him and
Well, you're going to have this
win.
Greenpeace bullshit thing that's going to keep happening, right? So would you guys be willing to go buy an electric
No.
vehicle?
It's so expensive.
This is the problem.
I looked today. Granted, it was
Beth was at the Audi dealership. Granted, she drives a nice car, so she had to get her car tuned.
it was time for a checkup, and I was
First
walking
one in 3 years. She's got 6,000 miles on her car.
Yeah. And they're trying to get me to sell it to them. I told them they can't give me enough money. They got to at least pay off the loan plus give me a couple thousand down. I don't think they can do it.
10,000.
But
What's
I
up, JJ?
looked at the
No EV. Yeah.
A5 electric.
Exactly the same as yours, only an electric version.
100 and
Real
like
quick, how much did you pay for yours? Like roughly
I have no idea.
65, 70,000, something like that.
I don't know. I just look at the
Which
monthly
is,
payment.
again, it's an Audi A5. So
She's
we'll be
gorgeous.
transparent.
But I looked at the electric, $160,000. Now I didn't look at if it was an R and
So
S.
that is a mid. It doesn't matter.
Does
That
it?
is a mid-model Audi.
Yeah,
That's
well,
not their
it's a little bit.
A7. It's not
their
their
6,
A8.
7, or 8, but it's not a 3, 4 either. It's kind of like
It's a
it's the
sedan style, right? $160,000.
for an electric.
Okay, so how many? Okay, so now go down. Even go to the.
Hi,
A4.
angry. We saw you on TV.
We watched it last night.
What? Watch one last
Night before last.
and the one a couple days earlier.
Watched one night before last.
Yeah,
Last
with
night
his
was
beautiful
jiu-jitsu.
hair.
With your beautiful, high and angry hair. So that's the question about this: is if cars are okay, if we need to shift to 60%, 67% of all new passenger cars and light duty trucks sales are going to be electric by 2032, right? What does that do?
Well,
So
I guess
that
we better
is
get new cars one
that
last
is-
time in like 2030.
that is 9 years from now.
Okay, I'm gonna get a new car before that. Wait for that. I'll be have like
But
two
that
new
doesn't
cars.
matter. You're going to be okay. So I'll be 9 years from now. I'll be 55,
Hashtag math.
right? 55. You think I'm not going to buy another?
No, I'll be 62. I'm gonna get another car.
Where is all this cobalt and all the
Oh, well,
minerals
that's
and all
what
the
Elsie said.
shit?
Batteries explode, aren't recyclable, using slave labor to mine the parts.
Right. So that I literally wrote this because you're either going to be able to afford it or you're not.
Right.
And it's going to drive you to those 15-minute cities that
Well, they
everybody's talking
like in
about.
California, they said by
And-
2030, any new cars electric only. If you have a car that's not new, you're grandfathered in, so you don't have to replace your car.
But you're going to drive a pile of shit and then it's going to
Forever.
break eventually.
Yes.
Therefore, you're going to need to buy,
Yes.
or can you import cars? Can you go to Arizona and buy a car and drive it in? Or they're going to have an import tax
I'm sure
from Arizona to
they're going to find a way to make it
Right?
make you pay
because
for
you
it.
can't, like, that's one of the cool things about like New Hampshire. A long time ago, there's no sales tax in New Hampshire, right? You could go from Massachusetts up to New Hampshire, buy a car and drive back to Massachusetts if you were a resident of Massachusetts. It was just, they never thought about it when they made the rule.
Okay.
And then they eventually realized, oh shit, sales are dropping in Massachusetts because of the sales tax. There's sales tax in Mass, so people are going up to New Hampshire and buying a car and driving down.
Yeah.
They'll figure some bullshit.
Yeah, there'll be a
out like that,
workaround,
right? Like,
but
where was
There'll be a workaround, but they'll find a way to find you for it. But
Right.
Mr. Sadie said, "I'll go horseback before EV." And because here's the other thing you have to think about, right? So the price goes up exponentially with the size of your battery.
Yeah.
So maybe that battery is
Which
really
means
big,
your distance
and
to
it can
drive.
go 5 hours. Let's just say maybe the 160 had a big battery, and you can go from here to Dallas without needing a charge. However, what happens when your power goes out? So every winter for the last 2 or 3 winters, people in San Antonio have lost power for days.
Mhm. And that's us down here.
I just said San Antonio.
No, I'm saying, like, imagine being north
Right.
where a
And
tornado hits.
so what happens when you can't charge your car? You have no
In
mode
all
of
of your trucks
transportation.
that help to build roads and all of your trucks that transport supplies and goods and all of that. And then
Are
you
all
have,
stuck.
and then you have a mass disaster happen and you have an earthquake that hits California, right? You're fucked because now you don't have the infrastructure, because you don't have
Yeah.
the vehicles, because you don't have the supply chain, which is fuel. Fuel is what brings bulldozers in and brings cranes in. Those things don't
Yeah.
work on a giant crane doesn't work on fucking electric.
No.
It works
No.
on diesel, right?
So
Good for
Um,
thee, but not for me.
So, Woom said he has a 88 diesel.
Yep.
That an EMP can't fuck up. We've talked about that. Like we want to buy an old school Jeep
I just want an old school Jeep or
To
an old school
keep
Bronco or something
in
like that.
case of that sorts of situation, because we both have computers in our cars. Unless we're putting tinfoil over that baby, it's screwed.
Little Faraday cage in
Right.
the garage.
But there's just I feel like they're so willing to sacrifice for the earth that it's like people be damned.
Oh no, they're just trying to they're trying to put everybody under their thumb.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's literally
But it's also people be damned.
it comes to a point where then again, it's no longer a conspiracy theory and it's just a conspiracy.
Oh no, they're trying.
They're trying.
What's nice
There
is
was
there's people.
20,000 cows
At
just
least you're
killed.
not saying fucking 100,000 like you were
I
earlier.
thought it was
I was like,
100,000.
wait,
There's
how the fuck do you
20,000
kill 100,000 cows
head
in
of
one
cattle
explosion?
that were just
Um,
burned in a fucking, like, how many chicken farms have gone? How many of this have gone? How many of that?
The
have
only
gone?
thing I can say that like makes me happy is that I think well, how do I say this properly? While there are a lot of people who would like to go to socialism, there's way more they'll be like, fuck that bullshit. I will.
Oh no, we're not. No. Yeah, there's
But they're still
dramatically
they're
more.
still trying to get everybody to buy
We
in.
just lock down those
I shouldn't even
cities.
say get everybody. They're making people buy in by making some of these rules.
That's what they're trying to do.
But
Right. So we just need to build walls. We take the walls from the southern border, build those ones, finish those, take the remnants and put them around the major democratic cities and just keep them there.
well,
Have you, what are those jars called? As an atrium, basically,
a
where
curse jar?
no, it's an atrium where it's like you just pour a little dirt in there, you put a couple bugs in there, you put a couple plants in there, you spray some water,
An ecosystem?
and then you cap that bitch,
Okay.
and it just can live for like 100 years.
With just hardly any water?
Yeah, it just self-contains, but you pour enough water in there, and it just kind of self-contains. It basically becomes its own little environment.
Ecosystem.
Is that an ecosystem? It's something. There's something to it, but terrarium. Let's make all of these democratic places fucking terrariums. Chicago becomes a terrarium.
Seattle.
Downtown San Antonio becomes Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, LA.
Oregon?
Block that whole fucking thing off. Not all of
Oregon?
Oregon. Half of Oregon wants to fucking secede and become part of Idaho.
Supposedly we can't do that in Texas. We can't secede.
Oh, no, we can.
I just hold a report on the news. That
We
I
have
saw.
our own constitution.
I know, but they're saying it doesn't allow us to secede.
No, it does. It absolutely does. But you were reading KSAT news.
Just like the Simpson movie.
right? So there's
Biodome,
ways to
yes.
do this, right? No, I'm just
Pauly
saying
Shore.
all you do is just put walls around them and
Yeah.
let them
Self-contained, they're democratic ways.
self-contain, right? Who of you,
And then what happens when they were like, this sucks, I want out? Do you say, too bad?
tough shit, you voted for it,
Yeah.
fuck you. No, you wanted that. You wanted that. We'll give you water. We'll give you
We'll give you enough to get you started. Then you have to sustain yourself from there.
self-sustain. Make your own food.
Dude, they don't know how to do that.
Why does Bill Gates own, why is he the #1 farm
Because he's
land
rich AF.
owner in the country?
Because he's super rich.
It's weird, right? Like it's strange shit that you start thinking about, and it becomes, it's no longer conspiracy theory.
They
It
want you to eat
becomes
bugs.
conspiracy, right? Kill all my cattle, kill all the cattle in
At
a
least it wasn't 100,000.
20,000's a fucking shit ton of cows.
It's
Go out and look at
it's 1/5 of 100,000.
yeah, but
Math.
who was it? I literally just,
Like it was so much less than you thought.
I know, but it was Graham Allen. Just it is literally
Damn near your wall around my grandkids at this point. Unfortunately, that's true. I want to know when the kids will go back to being like, I think it depends on the parents, right? Like, I've always been very.
that. Give me the link. Give me the clicker. The
What are you
connector.
talking about?
The connector.
Use your fucking words, dude.
I'm using my words. Can you unhook it? There you go. Thank you. This is how many it is. And you're going to be like, oh, fuck. It is insane.
Listen to Dr. Zach Bush on Sean Stevenson podcast, the
This is
Model
how
Health
many it is.
podcast. He lays
Look.
it all out.
This is how many it is. This
I
is
can't see
how
that for
much.
shit, bitch.
Okay, hang on one second. It won't switch.
It's on there.
Yeah, I know. But I'm trying to get it to go. It is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stalls.
But that's more than 20,000. That
That's
picture right there.
20,000 in
No.
this one facility. It just keeps going.
Yeah, that's way more than 20,000.
Nope, 20,000.
I think it's way more than 20,000.
Maybe. Train derailments, chemical
I think
fires.
he's
Now,
just using that as a picture of
this
a
is
cattle.
it's all burned. Look at the roof. It's all burned.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
What do they have? Like 3 cattle in each stall?
No, each individual one there is a dead cow,
I don't want to see a fucking dead cow, please.
right? So you go, okay.
What? Do we know what happened?
No. Not yet.
Poor cows.
The fuck? Right?
Poor moo cows.
Oh, man. Sketchy as shit, though. Right?
Boom said, use your words. I told my toddlers that.
I'm trying.
I say that to Greg every damn day. Use your words.
Use your words. So with that, let's do a little cheers. Just a wee little cheers. You need another beer?
Yeah.
Vegans, those bastards.
I know.
I love the ones where they're like, I eat vegan meat. My cows were raised on the best grains and the best grasses and everything else.
What?
Think about it. Vegan. You're eating vegan meat. Your cows don't eat meat, so you're eating vegan meat. Meaning the meat you're eating
It's from plants.
ate everything that ate plants. Right? Cows eat plants.
Right, but cows aren't vegan.
Cows are vegan.
No.
Cows are vegan.
Oh, the cows are vegan, but when you eat a cow, that's not
the
vegan.
cow is vegan.
Well, because they're not human.
The cow is vegan.
He doesn't have teeth to chew.
Veganism is a social construct, right?
Oh, good gravy. Shut the fuck up.
God, you're so violent.
Jessica said, I get it, Greg. Yeah, it's stupid.
You get it. Does Beth?
Beth's got a pan that she's going to get.
What? Beth gonna hit you in the head with a pan.
Right. Read between the... You're so good at reading the subtext.
Fuck. Get it, Greg. Why isn't this
Okay,
thing
so,
coming through?
yeah, the electric cars, I already gave that. Like,
You done with it? Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same story.
people were hoping... People bought electric cars for a tax break, and now they've changed that requirement for tax break.
Yeah.
That happens later this month. So people who thought they were going to get like $7,000 aren't going to get anything because all the parts have to be American made.
How about this? Here's a perfect example of why not to buy an electric car that's super attached to the internet, the IoT of things. Special report: Tesla workers shared sensitive images recorded by customers' cars.
Intimate. You have intimate in the notes at least.
This says sensitive.
Okay.
So London and San Francisco Reuters. Tesla Inc. assures its millions of electric car owners that their privacy is and always will be enormously important to us. Cameras it builds into vehicles to assist driving. It notes on its website are designed from the ground up to provide your privacy, to protect your privacy.
Okay.
But between 19 and 22, group of Tesla employees privately shared via an internal messaging system, sometimes highly invasive videos and images recorded by customers' car cameras, according to interviews by Reuters, whatever. Some of the recordings caught Tesla's customers in embarrassing situations. One ex-employee described in a video of a man approaching a vehicle completely naked.
Nice.
Like, okay, so if it's in your
he
garage,
at home? Yeah.
So if it's in your garage and you're like, fuck, I just got done banging my wife.
Or I just got out of the bath and I realized, or shower,
my wallet,
my phone's in my car.
And you just run out.
Do that I don't go naked, but I always leave my phone in my car.
Twig and Two Berries are swinging around.
I don't have Twig and Two Berries. You're Twig and Two Berries.
Yeah, it was a dude. Also, it shared crash and road rage incidents, which I don't know. They shouldn't share it, but if you want to share your own.
So they were sharing it amongst themselves. They weren't making it public.
Showed a
outside
Tesla
of the company.
driver driving at a high speed in a residential area, hitting a child riding a bike.
Oh, shit.
According to another ex-employee, the child flew in one direction, the bike in another. That's kind of fucked up.
That is fucked up.
The video spread around Tesla office in San Mateo. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Other images were more mundane, such as pictures of dogs and funny road signs, which is, I'm like,
Fine.
you shouldn't be sharing anything off of somebody's car.
No.
Because I would treat my car at
Well, I
that
feel like that
point
goes against
like
your
an
privacy
iPhone.
laws.
Right. That would be like an iPhone violation or
Yeah.
something like that. Like,
That's
how I feel about that. But the kid getting fucking ejected off a bike, that's fucked up.
That's
right?
fucked up.
So,
can you imagine how ruined the driver's life? Probably ruined. I mean, hopefully they recovered, but it's still a big nightmare for that family.
right. So just be aware that there's cameras everywhere. But I saw one that was kind of cool. That this girl was running, like walking down, and she was almost assaulted.
Yeah.
And she fought off the dude, and the Tesla owner happened to be walking by.
Walking by?
Walking towards his car.
Okay. And does
He
it
was
kick
outside
in?
of his car. It'll start videoing if people get within a certain distance.
Okay.
Right. And it's got 10 cameras
Right.
on it or whatever. And I think probably a fairly large hard drive to record all that shit, right?
Or it's like Ring where they keep it for you
Yeah.
for so long.
And he happened to be walking by and was like, what the fuck? And he saw the girl run off. And that dude had gotten maced by her.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Good girl.
Yeah. She was right. And then the cops happened to pull up at the same time. They saw the girl running off. Cops pulled up. Guys over here.
I guess somebody must have called 911.
And I don't know, but it was just maybe coincidental, something like that. And anyway, The dude was like, "Yeah, I gave him the video because that dude tried to attack that girl,
Or he was attacking
right?
her when I walked
Or
by.
was
Yeah.
attacking." Well, he didn't see it because he saw her running off, but the camera caught
Mm-hmm.
everything off of his fucking door handle,
Oh, that's rad.
right? Or maybe off his mirror or something.
I mean, I have cameras.
everywhere, but yours doesn't.
It
Constantly
doesn't record. Yeah.
That's the difference between the Tesla.
Mine helps me not back into things, which
That video was was good. Showed it to the cops. Yeah.
this goes back a little bit, but I like Boom said, my food, it's called Your Food is My Food's Food.
Oh, that's yours to mine.
The vegan, your food.
Oh yeah. That's
my
exactly how it
food's
goes. Yeah,
food.
exactly.
And then Allison said, she goes, they're herbivores, right? Isn't that what she said?
They don't eat. Yeah, they eat grass. They're vegetarians.
They're not vegetarians. They're not. They're herbivores.
They're not pescatarians. They don't
They
eat
don't eat-
fish
They don't eat seafood. They don't eat anything besides grass because they ain't got the teeth for
or
it.
corn. They eat corn.
Again, made for their teeth.
Is
They
it-
eat hard corn or cooked corn.
Yeah, they cook just corn on the cob.
I mean, not them.
Yeah, just
you know what, you
they're just out
a-hole.
there fucking stirring the pot.
Listen, a lot of people cook food for their animals. Maybe they just make, fuck off
those
right
20,000 cattle I just showed you. Maybe that's the fucking culprit. Some dickhead in there let the corn on the cob pot get out of. Castro, come on.
I-
They eat cooked corn.
No, I don't work in the
What if-
cow
what if-
industry
Maybe,
or the farming industry
maybe they
or
they-
the food
maybe
industry.
they have dentures and they just took them out and they're like, I
They
need
just
it.
eat on the
I
cob.
need
They
a
go,
little
"No, no,
soft."
no, no, no."
No, they're just like, I
No,
need
no,
it
no, no, no.
softened up. I don't like when a corn gets stuck underneath my denture. They aren't going to be able to hear that.
This one's actually more appropriate.
Oh. It's all good.
Called cow corn for a reason.
Cow corn. I don't know. Is it really?
And Chris said the car was Kit from Knight Rider.
All right, we got to jump into this the Anheuser-Busch one. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So Bud Light has lost $5 billion.
Shit. Seriously?
Anheuser-Busch sheds nearly $5 billion in value since Bud Light's Dylan Mulvaney pact sparked outrage.
Shut
So there-
up.
So there's a couple of takes. I was talking to Ian outside about this, and we were talking about it. And I'll get into this here. I'll talk through the story, and then I have a couple
Told
of
ya.
ideas.
Yes, Jessica, you did tell
Right.
us.
So I have a couple of ideas on this. Beer juggernaut Anheuser-Busch has seen its value nosedive $5 billion since Bud Light's polarizing partnership, right, with transgender activist Dylan Mulvaney. So Anheuser-Busch came out, I think, and they said, I think this is what they said. I'm pretty
Are
sure.
you speaking tongue in cheek?
No, they said that we didn't release the cans in the United States, but they released them in Canada, and people have video and pictures of
Well,
them.
just because you don't release them here
him
doesn't mean
on-
people aren't going to find out.
Of him on the can. Whatever. Don't give a fuck. That's just calling spade a spade.
Take it
Right.
for what it is.
According to the Dow Jones Market Data Group, Bud Light's parent company is down 4.7%. And this was as of 6 hours ago.
Wait,
Yeah.
say that again. Read that part.
This was as of 6.
I know, but what did you read before that?
So
Went
according
down?
to the Dow Jones Market Data Group, they're down. Bud Light's
4.6.
parent group, which is Anheuser-Busch. So Anheuser beers and Busch
I know.
lines, right? So that's like 20 different
4.6. You said it went down. It dropped.
7% and has lost about 4.56 billion in market cap since March 31st. The beer maker's stock shed more than 1.5% on Wednesday alone. The stock was at 66.73 per share on March 31st and closed at 63.38 today. So they've updated this article since
It was 66 and now it's still 66.
so even though it's only it's 66 and went to 63.
Okay.
That's how much
People have
how many
stopped buying.
shares they have. Even though it's only a $3 drop, it's $5 billion
Right.
in
It's
value.
is that because people aren't buying their beer? Like sales went down?
Yep.
Okay.
And there's a direct correlation. Go out and look at
From when it
Coors.
started dropping to
Go look at Coors, and theirs has come up 2.5 5% over 5 days. Right. So I looked at the same exact numbers. People are switching beers.
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, fuck you. Other podcasts we've talked about or have talked about this, like other podcasts have done dumb shit. And I don't want to call it dumb shit. It's not dumb shit. Support gay, lesbian, LGBTQ, whatever, do all the things. But be cautious.
So here's the
how
problem.
you're doing it.
You literally insulted women who were born women, have female DNA, by saying no.
Space, yep.
What?
No, go ahead.
No, you don't get to be Woman of the Year.
So it's this whole movement, I think, that's really
and then
pushing
people
it.
took that and like companies tried to
run with it,
be cool.
Yeah. But so I'm not saying anything that you.
So here's what's funny. So I think Allison said, "Who drinks Bud Light?" Anyways, I used to
drink it before my Coors
Light. It has
Light.
nothing to do. I got tired of beer and started drinking seltzers. But before that, the only thing I drank was Bud Light. Maybe a gin and tonic occasionally.
And I just got this taste in my mouth. No pun intended. No, there was like a tin thing that happened with their mix.
I think you're crazy.
No, it was
just like water.
No. And then I switched to Coors Light, and I've been doing that for. So 4 years.
You have to. How do I say this? They were trying to be cool and support.
No, so
this.
So they were. It all comes down to that marketing agent.
No, absolutely, right? And they're probably going to fire them.
Oh, she should be fired by now.
Was it them? Was it in-house or was it external marketing?
No, she was the in-house first female VP of marketing for Bud Light.
She just fucked it up for all the rest of the
women. So there's all sorts of other shit going on. But the idea is, this is like what I was thinking about.
Like what?
What?
What do you mean there's a whole sorts of shit going on?
Well, no, she's getting fired. There's all sorts of other shit coming out about her being. So she was like, ultimately, that woman came out and said, we needed to change the fratty look of Bud Light. I'm like, no, that is exactly.
The Bud Light's just blue. What's fratty about that?
Fratty, like fraternity.
I know. What's fraternal about that?
No, that is the beer.
It's just a fucking can.
No. The fratty kind of persona of.
No, you said look.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I meant.
There's
not the beer can. Stop. Hang on a second. The fratty kind of feel to it. No, it's like Natty Light. We grew up with Natty Light.
Ew.
Right?
But yes.
But you did.
Keystone.
It's the cheapest beer on the market.
Keystone Light is pretty cheap too.
That's what I was going to get at. So I just mentioned Coors Light or Coors Company. Their stock's gone up. I bet you if you go back and you look at everything that is not Anheuser-Busch,
right?
All of those other ones have taken an increase. Because this is how easy
Chris does have
a
good point. He's like, they'll make it up in stadium sales because they have a lot of their stadium contracts are for one beer company only.
I don't think it's going to matter. I honestly think.
Who is Ultra? Is Ultra them too?
Michelob.
Okay.
Right. So I honestly think this is what's going to happen. And maybe I could be fucking 100% wrong. I go to the store. In stadiums, most people can't afford to go fucking to a stadium.
Not anymore. Well,
right? You just can't. If you can't fucking afford to get gas and you got to buy an EV and all that, no, just kidding. But if I go down to the convenience store, and I live here in Helotes, Texas, there's 3 convenience stores down the road from me.
Right.
I go in there, and granted, you know how I am. I drink my Coors Light. That's fine. It would be the same if Coors did this. I would switch to Bud Light. Because it's literally
what
grabbing
happens if
this 12 pack.
Bud Light does it and then Coors Light does it. What are you going to drink?
I'll find another beer.
What are you going to do?
Maybe I switch over to Natty Light.
Maybe go to Miller Light. Oh,
no, I actually said that. Maybe Miller Light.
Ew.
But the idea is that it's literally this easy. It's literally grabbing this one versus this one.
A slight shift in your hand. Jessica said, heard one bar say they usually sell 3 kegs in a day at a weekly event they host, but only sold 4 12-ounce glasses in a week.
So that's the thing. It is literally that easy to be.
There's alternatives, right?
I just want to. So the market for light, shitty beer. This is not. I don't drink this because it's like great beer by any means. I drink this because it doesn't give me a fucking headache, and I can drink a million of them.
Yes.
Right.
Allison said it's appalling that companies market to a minuscule percentage of the market, and that's what I think they don't think about.
They're
I think they
pandering to
think
this
that,
0.5%.
well, I think they think it's a growing market. Is it?
I was listening to another podcast earlier, and they're like, one of the people on the podcast were like, no, we live in this environment where everybody's got to be socially acceptable,
PC.
and there's ratings on social acceptability and all this. Be damned the investors and everybody else. Well, you know what? The investors are what's going to end up. The investor is not the people that own stock.
No.
It's the people that buy the goods.
Wait,
right?
what? The investor owns stock.
The investor and the company owns stock.
Right.
But the people
They're not who put money into that stock.
Yeah,
It's the people
that's
who
how you
drink the
drive down.
beverage.
So if you stick to your guns and you're like, all right, I'm going to go buy a Coors Light, even though they've done dumb shit, or you're going to go buy Dos Equis, or you're going to buy, I don't know, whatever the brands are,
Excuse me.
you know, whatever, Peroni or whatever the fucking brands are. They're not Anheuser-Busch.
Ooh, Bloom said he drinks for cheap beer high life. Oh Lord, that has to give you a hangover.
No, we used to drink Miller.
I didn't. I've never drank Miller.
Max drank Miller all the time.
Well, I didn't drink Miller. I thought Miller's gross.
Then we would drink back
My
then.
brother drinks Miller Lite. Like,
But we used to
that's his
drink 30
beer.
packs of fucking
Well,
Bud Lights.
no. Oh yeah.
But I haven't done those in years. So it's just kind of one of those interesting things, and just kind of be mindful. I just really think it's the competition for shitty beer is really, really tight. And it doesn't take but that much to be like,
See, Mr. Sadie says he switched to Michelob Ultra a while back, but Anheuser-Busch owns that.
But
So I thought
there's
so.
other
No, but you
beers.
said
Michelob,
Ultra,
maybe
it's not.
Michelob. Did. Yeah,
I think
could be wrong.
that's why I thought Anheuser bought them. But
yeah, maybe, yeah, absolutely. So it's the same idea. So lots of people, Chris just said, lots of people stand in line for Starbucks, but people still stand in line for coffee. Right.
Wait, what?
But I can go to the convenience store if I don't want to buy Starbucks. And oftentimes I do.
You started buying canned stuff of
I get Black Rifle. We have that all over the place. I'll buy a can of that for
if they would
$4.
open a store here, I think you would probably
I would
go
be hitting that all the time. We're just
from
getting
Starbucks
what's
too.
the other one?
Dutch.
We're getting a Dutch Brothers
Dutch
right down
Brothers.
the road. We've got a
Here's where
local
the problem
coffee shop.
lies. The
right-
only coffee I like is a Frappuccino, and the only Frappuccino I like is Starbucks, but it probably wouldn't hurt me not to drink it. So you could still
we could
switch
probably
and I'd
find
be fine.
Dutch Brothers will find. We could find you something.
Something?
Yeah. So craft beer. It's the problem, Jessica, is I can't drink craft beer
says-
because I'll have a fucking headache like that.
What, can't drink what?
Craft beer. I can drink a
No.
couple,
You do. Well,
and then I also drink
then you get fucking retarded too. So
slow down there.
that's not a lie. You have too many
Slow
craft
down
beer. I'm
there.
like, time to go. We have to leave.
All right, which story do you want to hear next? Let's talk about the Chinese guy. So
you ask me
again,
and then you decide. Nice.
well, look through them. I've
No,
got
you're
one.
fine.
Look through the
No, I
rest
want
of
to
them.
talk about stepmom and stepson. Bring it to the next level because that's
Okay,
been on
give me
there
a
forever, and I'm
second. I gotta
very
find it.
interested.
You're really that interested?
I want to know. I want to know.
Okay, so we're gonna find
Do,
the
do,
story.
do.
Do,
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 do.
do, do, do.
This is going back in the archives here. I'm just gonna
Obstacle
find it.
headaches. Yes.
There we
Allison.
go. Did we not? We already talked about this one.
We did?
Yeah.
Are you
Dude
sure?
that had the baby with his stepmom.
No. Oh, yes.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, just missed that one. Did you talk about AI is going to take over the world?
Nah, it's all right though.
You don't want to talk about that one?
I mean, I can if you want, but it's
This one's
kinda
pretty
boring.
good. All right, so Chinese
It's kind of
dude.
boring with these conversations.
Chinese dude.
Scaring chickens to death? I gotta hear this shit.
Man in China.
Always the Chinese ones you have to worry about.
Fucking stories. Man in China jailed for
Lab Bible.
scaring neighbors. Fox News.
Oh shit.
I check all the news outlets. Man in China jailed for scaring neighbors 1,100 chickens to death amid feud. Gu, was sentenced to 6
Ew,
months
Gu.
in prison and 1
He
year
got
of
prison time for killing chickens?
and 1 year of probation for scaring the chickens to death. The man in China was sentenced to prison. I just said all this. The man, identified only by his last name, Gu, snuck onto his neighbor Zong's chicken farm and used a flashlight to frighten the chickens, causing them to kill each other. Holy fuck, I didn't know that was a thing.
Wait, what? He scared them and the
He
chickens
started
killed each
using his
other?
flashlight and they started killing each other. Holy shit.
No way.
The light from the flashlight terrified the chickens, causing them to flee to a corner of the coop where they trampled over one
Oh,
another,
that's it. Okay.
trying to get away. The incident came during a feud between the two, Gu and Zhu Zong. When Gu cut down Zong's trees without his permission, the outlet reported. Zong's wife then towed the trees away, which infuriated Gu. Gu then snuck onto Zong's property one night and started
I feel
the
like
chickens.
Zong should get in trouble for cutting down trees.
Jesus Christ.
Zong and his dong.
Zong's dong.
Yeah, it's way
Did
too
he
much
have a
work.
gong?
It's way too much work. So this man scared.
Zong's gong.
This man
dong.
scared 11 chickens and got
1,100.
1,100. No wonder why he got
1,100 chickens.
How long did he flash
a
that fucking flashlight, dude? And why did Zong's dongs not hear his chickens going crazy?
I don't know, but if Zong's dong's gong had gone off,
Then he wouldn't have lost his
he
chickens.
wouldn't have lost his chickens.
Yeah. I do have to read something real quick because I liked
All
it.
right. But
Mr.
real
Sadie
quick,
said,
real quick, just lastly, police arrested Gu and ordered him to pay Zong's gong dong 3,000 won or roughly $436.
he still got a year of jail though, or
Still
6
got
months.
a
Year of jail or 6 months of
The
jail and a year of
fuck?
probation.
Yeah.
I do like Mr. Sadie said, I'm not big on protests and boycotts, but we sure can make a difference with our wallet and choices, which is super true.
Yep.
Sometimes that's the only way you can make a difference.
But you have the key
$1 bills,
is
y'all.
It can't just be like momentarily.
No,
It's got to be consistent. If you liked Bud Light,
You can't
and you want to
not
make a
boycott
difference,
it for a month and then go back.
switch beers. There's a dozen fucking shitty, decent beers out there, right? And that's kind of the way. That's why I've always drank Coors Light. I just like the flavor of this. It's cheap.
Jessica just said, try not to bring so many craft beers before 10 a.m. Nobody can drink a craft beer before 10 a.m.
I tried, and then you go. Well, see, the problem is you pregame with these, and then you go to like a hard AF party. And then
Well, I'm laughing because Cowboy
We've
said,
all been
Jessica,
there.
as long as no one gets cut off before the party even starts, they can drink as much as possible.
yeah,
Well, you
It's just
didn't get cut off before the party started, but you got cut off before the Super Bowl even started.
no, I was there. I didn't get cut. I didn't kick.
You didn't get kicked out. You got cut off, I said.
The owner let me stay.
You just couldn't drink anymore the whole damn football
right, we
game,
gotta do
which was
this.
probably great because you did have a chance
I
to
sobered
like
up.
balance out a little.
Yep.
I don't say you sobered up.
You
You
guys got more
you were
drunk
more
than me
sober. No,
afterwards.
you came and drank with us too, and that's
I
because
know,
somebody
and I
bought
got fine.
shots. Who bought shots?
Bill, maybe
I don't know, Bill or
Holly.
Holly, one of the two.
You ready for this? The one of the main stories for the night. Florida's 6th grade teacher accused of hosting Fight Club style brawls in her classroom.
That's awesome.
She's on the screen. Florida's 6th grade teacher
She looks surprised, like me.
has been
Me?
Ooh, me has been charged with after students reported a
I would
Fight Club
never.
style brawl system was operating in her classroom. Angel
She looks like
rather
she's 12. Yeah, she
Drew
does.
Footman is accused of facilitating fights between students on March 22nd and 23rd and giving the competitors certain rules they had to abide by. The 23-year-old educator allegedly told the combatants that they weren't allowed to scream or pull each other's hair. The fight was
She's
only
like, no sissy
allowed
fighting.
to last for 30 seconds, and students had to were reportedly told not to film the battles. Yahoo News says the court, is there still such thing as Yahoo News? Holy fuck.
There is.
I was like, I thought that company
No,
went out
it's
of
still
business. Yahoo News says court documents reveal videos filmed during the fights show Footman sitting or standing near her desk. The school was tipped off to the alleged behavior when a school resource officer discovered 6th graders were having brawls in the classroom.
I'm surprised it was that and not some kid going home with a black eye and mom going, what the hell happened?
Leon County Schools has released a statement on the matter. The public basically they said from the outlook or outside looking in, you could see that her action inaction was just unacceptable. At any place in any classroom in Leon County schools.
Leon County. Where's
This
Leon
bitch
County?
was running
it doesn't say city,
fucking
but Leon
Fight
County.
Club. And I think that's hilarious, but only if the kids could have fucking like bet on it. If it was like blood sport where everybody's betting on it and you could bet on yourself and like, I'm gonna fucking kick that kid's ass.
Well, I can take
Here's
him.
$4.50 my mom gave me for lunch, right? And you could double your money.
Right.
Now you got $9, right? And then you go and then you bet $4.50 on the next fight.
And
you double, you know, maybe not double.
But if you don't know how your buddy fights, then are you gonna?
You still can save your lunch money. Maybe you lose one, but you got to learn. Trust me, we've all been in fights. You got to lose one to know.
I've never lost one.
Well, no,
never lost one.
No, you did.
Nope.
No, you got shamed into needing fight lessons from your brother.
No, there wasn't a fight. I got threatened. There's a big difference. There was no fight.
Like shit. I lost a fight. I've lost fights. I don't care.
I don't start them, but I finish them.
So I am now. I will just shoot you. So,
is Julie on? Julie's on.
Julia.
And Jessica said, "You're making me want another baby."
She's making another baby?
No. Pay attention to the words coming out of my mouth.
Jess wants another
Jess
baby.
says Julia not wants, makes her want to have another. You're a hot fucking mess. It just makes her want to have a baby. She's not having a baby. Don't put that out there in this world because this board will run crazy with it.
Jessica's having another baby.
No, seriously, Mr. J goes, what the fuck goes through a grown person's
Oh no,
mind
I'm
to do
making
this stuff?
full light of this. Like,
I
it's
mean,
totally fucked up. Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder, like, were they okay? So here's what I think happened. Some kids were already fighting, and she said, "No, you want to fight? Let's get it on. You're gonna stand in front of the." So you're gonna stand in front of the classroom and you're gonna fight it out for 30 seconds.
So old school gym
and then
class,
whoever wins gets to challenge.
Old school gym class, like before my time. Like I used to talk to your dad about this, right? Her dad was a Golden Gloves boxer, and in high school, that's where your dad,
yes,
was Golden Gloves boxer in high school.
Yeah,
and
the Marines,
in the Marine Corps, right? And that was just
he did great in high school.
Yeah, that was just part of Marines got his ass kicked.
Yeah, that's what he said. And I quit fighting.
My nose broken and I quit fighting. But that was life back then. Like you were allowed to punch each other in the face.
Well, you didn't have guns and knives that came out the minute you wanted to show somebody how
everybody
badass
had guns,
you were.
Just everybody.
Well, no, but that wasn't how you
fight.
resolved. You actually used your.
They used sticks. They used 2x4s back then.
That's not even true. But
no, it is. I have it on video.
Okay, fine. But they used to resolve They used to resolve issues with fisticuffs,
right?
And
but that's the idea.
Bullets and sharp objects.
That's why if I like love the idea of you ever want to threaten me, you want to come down and fight. Let's
coming at me, bro.
Meet at my gym. Yeah. Like let's fucking roll.
I mean, they'll still probably kill you after you beat their ass because
no,
they're now
let's go into the
embarrassed.
cage and let's actually do it.
Some people won't roll because they don't know how. You'd have to fight.
All of us own guns nowadays.
You'd have to fight. Like you'd have to fist fight, not roll fight.
That's a fight. But no, a fight's a fucking fight.
Could you take him down with a roll? Yes, but
and then I'd punch the shit out of his face. Or maybe he'd punch the shit out of my face.
I mean, maybe
the fight's a fair fight. I mean, we could make some specific rules that like, oh, you don't want to fight like the street fight that you think you want to get into. Like I'm just gonna punch you and like let you fall down and get back up. No, that's not how to fucking fight.
No,
works. You take a knee, I'm gonna kick you in the fucking head.
Well, you fight until you're no longer threatened.
No,
which means until they stop.
That's not real life.
Yeah, it is.
No, that's
maybe it was my real life.
Okay, so then we have a little. We're a little more courteous of a fighter, but if you wanted to like go,
I'm fighting. Yeah,
that's why you have a referee that says, "Don't keep kicking him in the head, don't stomp on his brain, don't kick him in the balls." You set some rules, but if you really wanted to street fight,
well, I wonder if she's trying to like teach kid to stand up to bullies. Maybe
no. This bitch was in it for the win it. She was
what was
like,
she gonna win?
Nope, she just wanted to watch her kids fucking beat each other.
No,
up.
Here's what she didn't want. She didn't want to teach anymore.
Yeah, she was
had
23.
She had no lessons.
That bitch already gave up on life.
She had no lessons planned for the day, so
and she should be in jail for a long time because she should have stepped in and said "fuck you." But but those kids are bigger than her, and she shouldn't have a fucking teaching degree anyway. Maybe you can get a degree in education, but she should. I don't know. I really like the idea that I think Dan or somebody said this is like, let's put veterans through college to become educators. Veterans, they're trained. They're prior
if they don't
military.
Want to be teachers?
No, but if the ones that want to, right? Let those folks go through school, pay for their college. I mean, you've got, but pay them well enough. And then they can also be the, as Tim Kennedy would say, like the sheepdog,
Yeah.
the educator, and the responder.
Elton said, my
right? I
dad
think
used to
that's an
tell me and my
amazing thing.
sisters, here,
That,
take these
right?
sticks
Pay
and
you
go
enough
beat each other
and
out in the
you'll teach.
backyard. We get so freaked out, we would instantly make up. Worked every time.
Right. I think Woom just said it. Pay him enough and I'll teach.
No, we were talking two different things.
You have
but
an
yeah,
no, I know, but you have an
they're not.
educator.
Teachers don't get paid enough to put up with that
That's the problem.
bullshit.
But what's enough? Like what's a good life now? $70,000,
Yeah.
$35 an hour.
I mean,
And summer's
to teach
off.
the youth.
Right. Summer's off.
Yeah.
I know we have a friend across the street. She taught for years. Now,
Ever.
granted, she taught for 30 years.
Yeah. She
So,
taught fourth
Just
grade.
like
for
any
30 years.
job, you have to work your way up to, you get.
Well, here's the thing: they shouldn't
Can-
start at 30,000. They're teaching our
They should be
kids.
starting at 50. Like
They should,
at least
and
like
then
what
get
you're
raised,
making
and
here.
then get a
Like
raise
with us, right?
as
Fuck yeah.
get a raise as
Full benefits,
warranted.
everything.
Yeah.
Summer's off.
Don't make them
whatever.
pay for their own supply. There's so
Yeah,
much shit. But
right?
yeah.
I really love that idea. I think that's an amazing fucking
And
idea.
DJ said, I don't know. There's some shitloads of dirt bag vets out there. Absolutely. But that's
well,
what I'm saying.
everybody
Well,
has to be fucking.
everybody
vetted.
has shit bags in
Right.
their category.
Well, everybody has to be vetted.
Excuse me.
Right. But I think there are a lot of good people out there too. Like, trust me, in the finance industry, in any industry, there's shit bags.
Well, there's just shit bags in life.
That's the problem. But you can vet those people out, right? But you gotta have to incentivize it to make it worth their while, I think. Alex said he never got in a fight in high school because I was well liked and respected in a clique in a group.
Good.
No,
I had
yeah.
friends
I got in fights
of
because I like
all
to fight.
walks of life.
I like to fight, and then I'd fight the dude. We'd start some shit together, fight the dude, go down and may have a big fight, and then we would finish that fight, and like a week later, we'd be friends, hanging out.
That's testosterone for you.
Nah, it was just
Okay, see
fucking
what might feel
fun.
good?
Like it's fun to fight once in a while.
When you were younger, yes.
Yeah, like getting punched in the face, like that's, dude, it is the best way to check reality.
What happens is, like with girls think they're badass and all they do is scratch and pull hair, and then you fight a girl who knows how to throw a punch and you're like, oh shit.
Yep, no, that's the same thing with dudes. Every dude thinks they know how to fucking fight. Who is it? Mike Tyson. Everybody thinks they're tough until they get punched in the face. Yeah. That is legit the thing. Like I got punched in the face. I got a scar right here. I was picking on
did
this
I grab
kid.
hair? Yes, but I
This
grabbed
is when
hair
I
to
was
like hold your face so I could punch you in it.
Yeah,
I
think I was like,
Don't get me wrong. I didn't get in a lot of fights, and I never
first fight I ever got
started
in,
fights,
definitely lost. I think I was 10.
But I definitely, after my brother taught me how to throw a punch, I didn't back down from fights because it was just people trying to be bullies, and I was like, I ain't got time for this shit.
Right.
I got stuff to do.
So I had older brothers that were tough guys.
Yes,
Whatever that means.
tough guys.
They weren't tough guys. They were just dudes. And I picked on this kid, and I remember in the locker room, and I was like, hey, whatever. And the kid fucking like stood up and straight up punched me in my lip. I have a scar right there.
Oh, nice.
Right? Yeah. It was awesome. And then like as I looked back and I became friends with him after, I was like, holy shit, wasn't expecting that, right? That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Punch you in the fucking face.
Make you a little like
I've
what?
never picked on a kid ever after that. I don't even remember why I was picking on the kid. I think it was because he was
Jessica said she never got into a fight because her older brother told everyone I did kickboxing and they were scared of me. I never got kissed until I got my braces off because my brother told me they would get stuck and I was if I kissed somebody else with braces, and I never kissed a kid with braces.
But there's always
which everybody had. In
everybody
7th and 8th
has
grade.
these stories, right? And I love them. And it's just like, yeah, I think we need to like reinstill that shit in kids and be like, look, it's gonna suck to get kicked in your face or punched in your face. Don't kiss because you'll get pregnant.
Like braces will get
no,
locked.
No, you'll get pregnant.
No, mine was braces will
like
get locked.
if I had kids, I'd be like, if you kiss, you're
Because
gonna
my
get
boyfriend
pregnant.
at end of 6th and all of 7th.
Why wouldn't you tell
had
your kid
braces.
you're gonna get pregnant if they're like 12 or 14 or
'Cause
17
they
or
take
19?
Health class. And they know that's not, they teach them that
Like,
now, like in 6th
You're gonna
grade.
turn into a transvestite if you kiss somebody. Is that a thing? Oh fuck! Social media. Keep them off their cell phones.
Mr. Sadie
Get
said I
them
was
dumb
playing
phones.
bass guitar in bars at 17. Fighting was part of my life.
Dude, I
Was-
love
was
fighting.
part of life in my world.
I grew up fighting at the beach and doing all sorts of stuff. I grew up at a
you were a
little tiny
troublemaker.
beach. No, we had fun. I loved fighting people from Massachusetts. It was a fucking blast.
You like fighting massholes?
Yeah, massholes. We'd get in fights. We'd get
All right.
out of work.
You ready for me to my feel good?
It was fun. That's why I've got scars
Starving.
here and scars here.
So
and scars
we're gonna
here.
wrap this bitch up.
It's all good. I'm trying to go long because we're only
I don't
doing
care.
one show tonight.
I'm cutting it out. I'm starving to death. So
What's your feel good?
my feel good is as you've mentioned, we're doing my dad's thing this weekend.
Cookout this weekend.
Well, my brother is a Leon Valley police, and the LVPD donated $200 for the celebration to
It's
cover
pretty
the
rad.
cost of some of the
Leon
food.
Valley Police Department.
Yeah.
Shout
And
out to you guys.
It's not Leon Valley is a tiny town.
Yeah.
It's
It's where Beth's dad lived, and it's where Beth's
I grew
brother.
up.
Yeah.
And my dad lived there his whole life
Yeah.
from 72. And my brother's been a cop there since I was like
35 years
16.
now.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep. So her brother definitely has served and protected that area. And again, it's not a big area.
So I
but
thought
it's
that was really cool
amazing.
of them to donate that. That's really nice.
Yeah,
Hopefully
so
a bunch of them will
A
come.
couple
on
$100
Saturday.
out of a small town
Yep.
community. And I
That's
know your
nice.
dad gave a lot to that community, of course. And I think that's awesome. So thank you, Leon Valley Police Department. Mine is literally just, I'm ready to celebrate your dad. It's taken us a little bit of time to kind of like come to reality. We've been, like we said earlier, it's like, oh shit, like, how's your dad doing?
Yeah.
We're getting over those
I'd
sorts
still
of things.
grab for Bomber's Bowl, even though there's no. It's just getting used to a new way of
Transition to
life.
life.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through it. It just happened pretty quickly for us, like in the past couple. And we appreciate you guys helping us, supporting us, doing all the shit.
Allowing me
being
to break
just
down every
around.
once in a while.
Yeah, allowing us and joining us on this shit. You know, it's been awesome. So I'll have lots of videos coming out over the next couple of weeks, or a couple of days rather, for showing the show, and we'll do some kind of candid shit and we'll just have fun with it. So I think that's the only way you celebrate somebody that made it 88 fucking years.
88. That's amazing.
You can't be sad about a dude that lived 88 fucking years.
No. Good life too.
That's it. Yeah. No, he was fucking Batman.
Yeah.
Right? He did some crazy ass shit.
He had a good life.
So, all right. Today in his murder, real quick entertainment, we watched that murder mystery
2.
with Jay Anus
It was really cute,
and Adam
actually.
Sandler. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
It was funny.
If you want mindless bullshit to go watch, it's out on
If you just
Netflix.
want to giggle or
we
it
watched
was
it
good.
Sunday. I can't remember the other movie we watched, so it wasn't
I
important.
didn't think we watched another
Watched
movie.
two.
We did? I can't for the life
Oh, it was
of
the
me.
ghost one. The ghost one. The dude
Oh,
from
we bought a haunted house or something like that.
we have a ghost problem.
No, we have a
We have a
ghost.
ghost problem.
Something like that.
We have a ghost.
Anyways, it
we
was
have a ghost.
cute.
It was,
It
all
was
right.
also
It was pretty good.
mindless. It was cute.
Yeah. So we have a ghost.
It's
That was pretty
definitely
good.
not rated R by any means.
Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah.
PG.
Basically. It was
Wait, did
kind
they
of
cuss
kids.
in it?
No.
I don't think so
I
either.
don't think so. With that, launch of the first today in history, launch of the first space shuttle ever. On this day in 1981, NASA launched the first space shuttle, Columbia, which was designed to orbit Earth, transport people and cargo to and from orbiting spacecraft,
Now it's Artemis
and
2.
glide to a runway, landing on its return to Earth.
That one actually could land, which
Yeah,
is
well,
kinda cool.
they were like planes. They all could.
I know, but now they're
They
not
just
like
kept
that. I don't
crashing
think, right?
and-
I don't know.
Blowing up into space. Oh, by the way, real quick, there's another just as a PSSS. There's
Mr.
a
Sadie, we're happy you found us too. Thanks for joining us.
absolutely, yeah. Thanks so much for joining. Real quick, there's another COVID out there getting ready to come to your house soon. COVID Arcticus.
Oh, get over it. Don't kiss.
Arctic. So, well, they're like, it's going to force a face mask mandate. Get
yeah,
fucked.
I'm not wearing a face
So
mask.
I was
ever
like,
again.
okay, who named this bitch? Do you want to know what Arcticus means?
What?
Arcturus. Arcturus. Arcturus is the Greek meaning of guardian or keeper of the bear.
So this
the Greeks
COVID is
saw
the
this-
keeper of the bear?
Yeah, evidently. The Greeks saw this star as a guardian of Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, which are both nearby constellation of booties.
Booties.
That's why.
You better get that booty.
So fuck it. Know it. You got a booty virus coming.
You better shake that booty.
We will see you guys
Better hump that
next
booty.
week, but you'll see some Castro
Better
files coming
slap
out
that booty.
in between now and
Better
then.
kiss that booty. What else can you do to a booty?
My wife's drunk.
Can you kick
That's
that booty?
drunk.
No,
What else you gonna do? We love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out. Again, to anybody that's new or listening or chiming in, doing all the stuff. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. It's been fun. Next couple of weeks, we'll have some cool guests on.
Yes.
We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Coming up
After this weekend, life should
once
start
we
to
get life back into the normal swing of things, right?
Yeah.
So cheers, honey. One more cheers to you guys.
Love
Thank
you
you so much,
guys.
and we'll catch you next time.
Have a great rest of the
Love
week.
ya. Cheers.